Can you solve all these research questions? Research is a dash process.
Sharp thinking. Spiral is right.
Name the preliminary research. You're right. Exploratory research is correct.
Step 5 of research process is
Great thinking. Construct hypothesis is right.
expo facto is a synonym for
Perfect.
descriptive research is the one.
It means search for knowledge.
On track. Research is correct. Third step in action research is
Good thinking. Development is right. It is the findings or the outcome.
nice selection. Output is correct. Research procedures are guided by clear logic. Research problem is sound.
An action research has dash parts.
Correct. 8 is spot. First step of research elements are right choice. Research problem is best. The final phase of research process. Exactly. Evaluation makes sense. Research can help you reach new dash. Solid response. Conclusions is valid.
Provides the summary of the research.
Right again. Conclusion is valid. When was action research introduced?
Smart move. 1940 is accurate answer.
The final aim of every research is a nicely done. Research report is solid.
This serves as the heart of research. Excellent choice. Research problem is right.
It describes the sample of the study. Well done. Research respondents is right. Which does not belong to NBAR format.
Nice work. Discussion fits perfectly. Who is the father of action research?
Strong choice. Kurt Lewin is right.
Conceptual research is also known as. You chose theoretical research. Correct.
The sources you used on your research. Well picked. References is correct. The first step of research processes. Good job. Problem identification works well, which is not a type of research design.
Great job. Nominal is accurate.
Explains how the research was conducted. Bravo. Methodology is the answer, which is not a part of action research. Correct response. Output is accurate. Fundamental research is otherwise called. Smart pick. Pure research is correct.
What tool can help qualitative research?
Excellent. NVivo is well reasoned. It is an art of scientific investigation.
Valid point. Research is true.
Which word means the same as information? You got it. Data fits. Who coined the action research last 1944?
Well reasoned. Kurt Lewin is correct. Controlled group is a term used in DASH.
Solid response. Experimental research is valid. Research deals with the practical problems. You got it. Applied research fits. Lists all the sources used in the research.
Well reasoned. References is correct, which is not present in an action research.
Clear logic. Output is sound.
What is the second term in action research?
Nice selection. Execution planning is correct.
What is the first phase of research process?
You're right. Planning is correct. A research method which examines past events. Strong choice. Historical research is right. What is the purpose of evidence in research? Excellent choice. Support theories is right. Which of the following is a research method? Right again. Correlation is valid. Quantitative research is objective in nature. Nicely done. True is solid. What parastatal is the action research used? Great job. Education is accurate.
How many ways to reflect an action research?
Valid point 3 is true. Data analysis in qualitative research reveals. Smart pick. Themes is correct. Select a type of action research we reviewed. Excellent. Participatory is well reasoned.
How many stages are there in action research?
Correct. 4 is spot on.
Motivation research is a type of dash research.
Great thinking. Qualitative is right. Evaluates the results of the study or research. Bravo. Discussion is the answer. Rigor in qualitative research is enhanced with. Good job. Audit trail works well. It is one of the types of qualitative research.
Right choice. Ethnography is best.
There are how many phases in research process?
Sharp thinking. 5 is right. If a research doesn't show any bias, it is dash. Good thinking. Critical is right.
Which of the following best describes research? On track? Experimentation is correct. Which of the following is not a research design? Exactly. Natural makes sense. It puts emphasis on proof rather than discovery.
You chose quantitative research. Correct.
The following key terms describe research except? Correct response. Descriptive is accurate. Research related to abstract ideas or concepts is? Nice work. Conceptual research fits perfectly.
A research exhibits careful and precise judgment.
Well picked. Critical is correct.
The research design and procedures are replicated. Smart move. Replicability is accurate answer. Which worldview is used in quantitative research? Perfect. Postpositivism is the one. This shows how the respondents would be selected. Well done. Sampling procedure is right. A type of sampling used in qualitative research is?
You're right. Snowball sampling is correct. Measurement in quantitative research is dependent.
On track. Statistics is correct. What is a systematic investigation for information? Excellent choice. Research is right. Research is a way of establishing knowledge through.
Nice work. Empiricism fits perfectly.
Action research in education field refers to dash. Strong choice. Classroom research is right. Which section is not part of the research proposal? Great thinking. Data analysis is right.
The tools to be used in gathering the data needed.
You got it? Research instruments fits. Which is the key instrument of qualitative research? Bravo! Observation checklists is the answer. A research based on direct experience or observation? Nicely done. Empirical is solid.
A research based on valid procedures and principles.
Well done. Logical is right.
If a research involves careful judgment, it is dash. Smart pick. Critical is correct. The post-positivist approach to research emphasizes well-reasoned. Subjectivity is correct.
The most commonly used research animal in the OK is.
Great job. Mouse is accurate.
The person who is carrying out research is called the valid point. Researcher is true. Can we write the research proposal in the past tense?
Correct. No is spot on. What is the other term for questionnaire in research? Sharp thinking. Survey is right.
Presents the information gathered through the research.
Right choice. Results is best.
This shows which people will participate in the study.
Nice selection. Research respondents is correct.
The act of looking for information to answer a question. Excellent. Inquiry is well reasoned. Positivism emphasizes the use of which research method? You chose survey, correct? It explores topics that have not been investigated before.
Smart move. Exploratory research is accurate answer.
A statement which research sets out to prove or disprove. Clear logic. Hypothesis is sound. Post-positivistic research emphasizes the importance of. Exactly. Subjectivity makes sense. It details the setting, place, or location of your study. Good job. Research locale works well.
Most inventions and innovations are products of research.
Well picked. True is correct. Which is not a primary objective of educational research.
Solid response. Action is valid.
Research is dash because it is free of bias or prejudice.
Perfect. Objective is the one.
Research starts with a problem and ends with the problem. Right again. Cyclical is valid. Reading a book about lions is an example of dash research.
Good thinking. Basic is right.
Research aimed at building psychology's knowledge bases. Correct response. Basic science is accurate. What research method watches subjects without interfering?
Excellent. Naturalistic observation is well reasoned.
The post-positivist approach to research is also known as. Excellent choice. Pragmatism is right. The main instrument for collecting data in survey research. You chose questionnaire, correct? A characteristic of research that defies bias or prejudice.
You're right. Objective is correct. Which of the following is not a characteristic of research? Nice selection. Simple is correct. A testable prediction that drives research is known as a... Nicely done. Hypothesis is solid. Quantitative research provides solutions to existing problems. Right again. True is valid. All of the following uses quantitative research except dash. Bravo. Education is the answer. This is a methodical, procedural characteristics of research. Well done. Systematic is right. Research results will be descriptive rather than predictive. Sharp thinking. Qualitative research is right. What type of research may have more than one stated purpose? Well reasoned. Mixed methods is correct. Research is dash if it exhibits careful and precise judgment. Valid point. Critical is true. The following are research according to procedure except one.
Correct response. Correlational research is accurate.
If a research is conducted in a methodical manner, it is dash. Well picked. Methodical is correct. Research uses proven analytical procedures in gathering data. Correct. Analytical is spot on. The people who take part in a research project are called the smart move. Participants is accurate answer. It provides insight and understanding of the problem at hand. Solid response. Qualitative research is valid. Which one of these will always appear in a research proposal? On track. Research objective is correct. Complete the statement. The inquiry capitalizes on student dash. Great job. Curiosity is accurate. Post-positivist research typically uses which research method? Clear logic. Survey is sound. Dash research is an in-depth study of a particular phenomenon. Good job. Qualitative works well. Dash research operates with variables that can be manipulated. Nice work. Quantitative fits perfectly. Which of the following is an example of experimental research? Exactly. Quasi-experimental research makes sense. In which field does experimental research usually takes place? Great thinking. Pharmacy is right. How many months should one conduct a basic or action research? Good thinking. 6. Which of the following is not a method of conceptual research? Perfect. Surveys is the one. The most objective means of obtaining knowledge is through dash. Right choice. Research is best. What is defined as seeking for truth, information, or knowledge? Strong choice. Inquiry is right. The principle that guides in the analysis of the research study. Smart pick. Problem statement is correct. Media producers use research in which stage of media production? You got it. Pre-production fits. Qualitative research is much credible than quantitative research. Great thinking. False is right. What is the term for the use of ICT to collect and analyze data?
Right again. E-research is valid.
If a research follows orderly and sequential procedure, it is dash.
On track. Empirical is correct.
All of the following are methods of psychological research, except
Smart pick. Latitudinal study is correct.
It aims is to get the meaning, feeling, and describe the situation. Smart move. Qualitative research is accurate answer.
research is based on observations and experimentation of theories.
Well done. Empirical is right.
Which of the following is not a component of research methodology?
Correct response. Research proposal is accurate.
Which type of research is involved in finding a cure for COVID-19?
Great job. Applied is accurate.
What is an alternative method for evaluating qualitative research?
You got it. Trustworthiness fits.
Research design that identifies the relationship between variables.
Well reasoned. Correlational is correct.
What involves the collection, analysis, and interpretation of data?
Nice selection. Research methodology is correct.
These are how we can construct a good research hypothesis, except.
Nicely done.
Acceptable is solid.
What type of research aims to solve practical real-world problems?
You chose applied research. Correct.
This research is done in stages in order to gather sufficient data.
Sharp thinking.
Sequential is right. If research is based on valid procedures and principles, then it is.
Good job. Logical works well.
Dash is a means of labeling or naming data in qualitative research.
Excellent. Coding is well reasoned.
The following are characteristics of a good research question, except. Excellent choice. Ambiguous is right.
To collect information from the population or a sample of population.
Exactly.
Survey research makes sense. To identify similarities and differences between units at all levels.
Valid point. Comparative research is true.
Research conducted to find solution for an immediate problem is dash.
You're right. Action research is correct.
Which of the following is not related with critical theory research?
Perfect. General Asabity is the one. What is the passing score set by DEPT for basic or action research?
Good thinking. 70 is right.
Expressing the meaning of something. Using different words for clarity.
Bravo. Paraphrase is the answer. Asking participants to recommend others to take part in the research.
Nice work. Snowball sampling fits perfectly.
Post-positivism is a reaction to which previous approach to research.
Strong choice. Positivism is right.
A dash is the group of individuals taking part in the research study. Well picked. Sample is correct. Which of the following is not a type of longitudinal research design? Right choice. Cross-sectional design is best. Which worldview is applied for real-world practice-oriented research? Correct. Pragmatism is spot on.
Which of the following is not included in a basic layout of research?
Solid response. Introduction is valid. Facts or informations are analyzed and critical evaluation is made in. Clear logic. Analytical research is sound. This is the standard number of words a research title must consist of. Great job. 515 is accurate. Critical theory research is concerned with all of the following except. Strong choice. General Sabati is right. The materials and equipment used for the study are stated in this part. Excellent. Research instruments is well reasoned. Design is the process of making use of the research data to create dash. Correct response. Action plan is accurate. Describes how the data were analyzed using appropriate statistical method. Sharp thinking. Data analysis is right. How many types of research designs are there in this particular chapter? Nicely done. 5 is. It is the process of examining data against the preconceived hypotheses.
Solid response. Data analysis is valid.
Research is based on direct experience or observation by the researcher. Right again. Empirical is valid. Presents background information, scope, and focus of the research paper. Excellent choice. Introduction is right. Which of the following is not an example of qualitative research methods? Clear logic. Experimental research is sound. Which approach aim to gather an in-depth understanding of human behavior? Perfect. Qualitative research is the one. A statement of expectation or prediction that will be tested by research. Nice selection. Hypothesis is correct. Which research philosophy is most likely suited for qualitative research? Good thinking. Constructivist is right. It is the part of the research project where the goals will be explained. Right choice. Objectives is best. Positivist research seeks to identify and measure which of the following? Bravo! Objective reality is the answer. Which research method is fast and cheap, but has self-reporting problems? Well picked. Survey is correct. Which of the following subfields of psychology conducts applied research? Smart pick. Clinical is correct. Which is the research design that generates and modifies a theory?
Nice work. Grounded theory fits perfectly.
What type of research design is often used in sociology and anthropology?
Great thinking. Ethnography is right.
Which of the following is not a common objective of qualitative research? Duh. You chose laboratory experimentation, correct?
This research focuses on a group of people sharing common characteristics.
Valid point. Cohort is true. Ex post facto research is a term generally used to describe dash research. You got it. Causal comparative fits. Which of the following is not a key principle of post-positivist research? Good job. Objectivity works well. A systematic investigation to contribute to an existing body of knowledge. On track. Research is correct. What research design utilizes 1025 participants in gathering information?
Well-reasoned. Phenomenology is correct.
How many steps are there to get an overall framework your action research?
You're right. 4 is correct. What type of research aims to contribute to the existing body of knowledge?
Exactly. Basic makes sense.
A need for mixed method research exists because one data source may be dash.
Correct. Insufficient is spot on.
A tentative statement about the relationship between two or more variables. Well done. Hypothesis is right.
People inclined to do quantitative research wants to discover truth in dash. Smart move. Exact manner is accurate answer. What is the alphabetical list of all the resources used in a research paper? Correct response. Bibliography is accurate. The research is directed towards studying what and how many of this what.
Sharp thinking. Descriptive research is right.
Which method involves a deep dive into ongoing research and collecting data? You're right. Case study is correct. Which is the most widely used branch of mathematics in quantitative research? Strong choice. Statistics is right. The ultimate goal of exploratory research is to provide what for researchers? Correct. Understanding is spot on. What chapter of your research paper can you find the background of the study? On track. Chapter 1 is correct. This characteristic refers to the repeatability of a research instrument to dash. Clear logic. Reliability is sound. Which of these is an example of a research method that produces primary data?
Exactly. Interview makes sense.
Which of the following is not a major qualitative research analysis strategy?
Excellent choice. Purposeful sampling is right.
Which part of the research paper that is the main focus of the investigation? Smart move. Problem statement is accurate answer. This gives the information about the place where the study will be conducted.
Well picked. Research locale is correct.
It is the building blocks of quantitative methods. Central concept in research.
Good job. Variables works well. Which research philosophy is not usually associated with qualitative research? Nicely done. Post-positivist is solid. What research method would be best for examining student-teacher interactions? You chose naturalistic observation, correct? In the formulation of the research problem, the researcher needs to give a dash. You got it. Title fits. On which principle do mixed method researchers base their design and research? Excellent. Pragmatism is well reasoned. This research design may examine only one individual in gathering information.
Great job. Narrative inquiry is accurate.
Ontology and epistemology are examples of dash within the context of research. Great thinking. Philosophical assumptions is right. Dash is a visual mode of sharing with others in reflecting and action research. Smart pick. Video clips is correct. Longitudinal research often involves which of the following types of analysis? Good thinking. Statistical analysis is right. Which of the following terms fails to capture the meaning of a research design? Right choice. Dictionary is best.
All of the following components must be included in a research proposal except solid response. Abstract is valid.
This research looks into a large group of people with different characteristics.
Right again. Cross-sectional is valid.
What kind of research could be better to investigate everything about an animal?
Nice selection. Description is correct.
The section of the research proposal that includes the research questions is the
Bravo. Objectives is the answer.
Research that uses descriptive data and is written in text form would be called
Well done. Qualitative is right.
It consists of the key concepts and assumed relationships of the research project.
Perfect. Research framework is the one.
The 4 stages of research method are observation, testing, and prediction.
Valid point. Hypothesis is true.
A step-by-step process that should be comprehensively explained by the researcher.
Well reasoned. Data collection is correct.
Post-positivism recognizes the limitations of which of the following in research?
Nice work. Objectivity fits perfectly.
Which of the following is not an ethical consideration of psychological research?
Clear logic.
Suppression is sound.
In which chapter or section of a research paper can you find research methodology?
Excellent choice. 3 is right.
What do you call an intellectual guess or tentative answer to a research question?
Valid point. Hypothesis is true.
Type of research which draws on theory to generate practical scientific knowledge.
Nice selection. Applied research is correct.
An observation, questionnaire, and interviews are examples of what type of research?
Great job. Primary is accurate.
Scientific research indicates teens should get about -hours of sleep per night.
Perfect. 810 is the one.
What is the minimum number of participants required in a phenomenological research?
War. Nice work. 5 fits perfectly.
Information architecture research will need to focus on the elements below, except
On track. Stakeholder is correct.
a way of gaining knowledge by means of direct and indirect observation or experience.
Well reasoned. Empirical research is correct.
Research must give correct data. What characteristic of research is being described?
you're right. Accuracy is correct. A problem-solving technique as it provides solutions or answers to a specific problem.
Good thinking. Inquiry is right.
Investigation and study of materials and sources to establish facts and reach conclusion.
Right choice. Research is best.
What research method involves an intensive investigation of one or more participants?
Correct response. Case study is accurate.
If a research utilizes proven analytical procedures in gathering the data, it is dash.
Correct. Analytical is spot on.
Which of the following is not a research method commonly used in positivist research?
Right again. Case study is valid.
It quantifies the data and generalizes the result from a sample or target population.
You chose quantitative research. Correct.
In which of the following research methods does the researcher have the most control?
Solid response. Experimental is valid.
Which research approach requires philosophical assumptions and theoretical frameworks?
Exactly. Qualitative makes sense.
A true experimental research must have the following criteria that must be met except.
Excellent. Extraneous variable is well reasoned.
The problem you intend to investigate and the assumptions are part of which paragraph?
Well picked. Research focus is correct.
The researcher should be fully equipped with research skills when conducting the study.
Great thinking. Competence is right.
Which of the following is not a component of trustworthiness? In qualitative research.
Sharp thinking. Generalizability is right.
What research design develops theory about phenomena of interest rooted in observation?
Good job. Grounded theory works well.
Positivist research is typically associated with which of the following research designs?
Well done. Experimental design is right.
Which of the following research methods is most commonly used in the positivist approach?
You got it. Survey fits.
According to the module, dash are not considered a key component of qualitative research.
Bravo, lab results is the answer.
What does quantitative research attempt to test through the collection of numerical data?
Nicely done. Hypotheses is solid.
A method of systematic inquiry that teachers undertake as researchers of their own practice.
Strong choice. Action research is right.
It puts emphasis on research participants' interpretations and the meaning they associate.
Smart move. Participants' meaning is accurate answer.
To satisfactorily answer a research question, researchers must first answer dash questions.
Smart pick. Investigative is correct.
A researcher must have important reason in doing the research. What is this characteristic?
Well picked. Purposiveness is correct.
What is discovering of truths by investigating a problem scientifically and systematically?
Great job. Research is accurate.
Post-positivist research typically relies on which of the following types of data analysis?
Smart move. Quantitative analysis is accurate answer.
Post-positivist researchers are most likely to use which of the following research methods?
Exactly. Survey makes sense.
Quantitative research has not paved the way to finding meaningful solutions to difficulties.
Excellent. False is well reasoned.
Ideally, the research participant's identity is not known to the researcher. This is called.
Good job. Anonymity works well.
Research follows orderly and sequential procedures based on valid procedures and principles.
Great thinking. Systematic is right.
In research, all variables, except those that are tested, experimented on, are kept constant.
Strong choice. Controlled is right.
What is the characteristic of research where research exhibits careful and precise judgment?
Perfect. Critical is the one.
The post-positivist approach emphasizes the importance of which of the following in research. Nice selection. Objectivity is correct.
Who is responsible for making sure that sociologists stick to acceptable research guidelines?
Good thinking. Pisa is right.
What research design uses numbers in stating generalizations about a given problem or inquiry?
Well done. Quantitative research is right. Which qualitative research design intends to explain a phenomenon through developing a theory?
Sharp thinking. Grounded theory is right. Data collected in qualitative research are analyzed and interpreted and then written using dash. Right choice. Narrative is best.
Post-positivist research seeks to eliminate which of the following sources of bias in research?
Correct response. Confirmation bias is accurate.
Which of the following best describes the use of objective procedures in sociological research?
Nicely done. Scientific method is solid.
It is generally cross-sectional. It studies the different sections belonging to the same group.
Excellent choice. Descriptive research is right.
Research data is numerical, non-descriptive, applies statistics or mathematics, and uses numbers.
You chose quantitative research.
Correct.
A characteristic of research that follows valid, definite principles, frameworks, and procedures. Valid point. Logical is true. Scientific research must be conducted in simple and economic manner. This characteristic is dash.
You're right. Parsimony is correct. Type of research design that is used to establish the cause and effect relationship of variables.
Well reasoned. Quasi-experimental design is correct.
A research is considered dash if it follows valid, definite principles, frameworks, and procedures.
You got it? Logical fits? If a research is conducted through systematic observation, measurement, and experiment, it is dash.
Correct. Empirical is spot on. This characteristic measures whether research tools have been selected in best possible manner. Dash. Solid response. Accuracy is valid. What is the characteristic of research, where research utilizes proven procedures in gathering data?
Smart pick. Analytical is correct.
The systematic method to resolve a research problem through data gathering using various techniques.
Right again. Methodology is valid.
Which method of research allows qualitative studies explanations to develop throughout the process?
Clear logic. Bottom-up is sound. Documenting information important to your research process. Giving credit to the original information.
Bravo. Citing sources is the answer.
What type of research utilizes knowledge in decision-making, product development, and solving problems?
On track. Action research is correct.
Post-positivist research is typically characterized by which of the following types of data collection?
Nice work. Interviews fits perfectly.
Research title: Enhancing Students' Performance Through PowerPoint. Which type of research should you use? Clear logic. Quantitative research is sound.
What characteristic of research states that research results must be applicable and acceptable worldwide? Sharp thinking. Generalizability is right.
Establishes the context and significance of the research being conducted by summarizing current understanding.
Good job. Introduction works well.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format.
Right choice. Contact Narayan Changder is best.